name is Peter Steiner. I'm a very intelligent man. I speak excellent English. I worked for 3 years at the Grosvenor Hotel in London. I'm delighted to tell you that the community of Weilingen has an enormous expense engaged with celebrated clergyman, the Reverend Dr. Shlessinger, to deliver the sermon to you.
My flock, now that I have recovered from that disease contracted in the course of my apostolic duties, I have been asked to carry out the duty of addressing you on this mournful occasion. I should say that as I was strolling in the mountains earlier, after the dreadful events at the Reichenbach Falls, I feel a miracle occurred. A raven flew down and alighted on my arm. After I had brushed away what it left on my arm, it chose to remain, and I feel that the soul of Sherlock Holmes has entered this raven. I should say that it may be a short-lived acquaintance. I have had a request from the chef of the Englischer Hof to deliver him to the kitchens for later. But for the moment, we can rejoice in the continued spiritual existence of Sherlock Holmes within this feathered beast. And now I also should mention that donations to my missionary fund would be very welcome. I think you're all acquainted with my work in that department, so please, if you have jewels with you or cash, would be very welcome. IOUs, not so welcome. And therefore, my assistants will be passing through the assembled company with collection plates in due course. Now, I have been asked also to say a word or two about cheese. This subject is not one which naturally occurs to me in the course of my apostolic duties, but as I was dining last night, I was given a plate of raclette, and having thought to myself, what a raclette, I then felt that there must be some room here for a sermon. And so if I may detain you for an hour or 2 or 5, I shall proceed to tell you a parable. When God first created the world, he went for a stroll in the mountains, and he met the first man, Mr. Switzerland. And he said, Mr. Switzerland, I will grant you 3 wishes. What is your first wish? And Mr. Switzerland said, I would like there to be lots of mountains with snow. And God said, very good, you shall have them. What is your second wish? And Mr. Switzerland said, I would like lush meadows with flowers. And God said, your wish is granted. They will also occur. And God said, what is your third wish? And Mr. Switzerland said, I would like cows with pretty faces. And God said, your wish is granted. And God went away, and he returned a year later. And he met Mr. Switzerland again. And he said, what has been happening since I last saw you? And Mr. Switzerland said, I have cows with pretty faces, and they have produced milk in abundance. And God said, may I try some of your milk? And Mr. Switzerland said, of course you may. And God drank, and it was good. And God said, may I have another glass? And Mr. Switzerland said, that will be 1 franc 20 with service. And now, what has happened, of course, since those early days, is that the cows are proliferated, there is milk in abundance, and Swiss cheese has come to take over the world, and has assumed a huge importance in the world, and therefore you will see...
My name is Mr. Steiner. That is a very interesting sermon.
Herr Schneider, I have not finished.